Hello everyone, Gabor here, and today I will take you to Germany with this Einmannpackung. Einmannpackung means a one-person package, and this is a 24 hours combat ration for the German soldiers. Um, Back in the days, there was only 5 types of this menu. 5 variations were available, but there was a revolution in the German Bundeswehr, and and I'm mixing German and English, very good. So, and now 19 versions of this combat ration is available. Some of them are classic canned food, but there are also freeze-dried meals available. But today we have this Type I, which is the canned food version. As you can see, there is nothing to see on the package itself. It's a really underwhelming card box sealed with one cellophane tape, and no much writing is on the box itself. But here is the content of the package. And first there is some coffee, and I really hate this shiny packaging. Don't know why. But when you when you go outside and the sun shines perfectly, you can be easily detected in the battlefield with these packages. So first there was 2 packages of coffee, then 2 little packages of tea, then coffee whitener, also two tubes. This was the salt. This is a sugar-free chewing gum. 10 pieces in this package. Here are the matches. 20 pieces, and they are made out of wood and in Hungary. I noticed this after the video was done. And these 4 Orifo packages are the drinking powders, the beverage bases, 2 exotic type beverage bases, and 2 grapefruit. It is interesting that the Germans really like orange, and there is no orange drink in this package, maybe in the other ones. This was the first dessert. It is called Grießspeise, seminola pudding with fruits. But right now we are moving forward for the most interesting part of this package, which is the Dosenbrot, bread, in canned bread. And I think this one was the most interesting part of the whole experience. But more to this later. Sorry. So here we had the chocolate, Schokolade, as the German says, and the hot cakes, which is a very hard biscuit. I had two vegetable butters. I think they are made from vegetables. They are called Brotaufstrich naturel, so they are natural flavored margarines. It's very interesting. I never see such items in other packages. And there are two little cans of jam. So the first one is apricot, and the second one is black currant. I I was afraid of this black currant jam. I thought it will be very sour, but we will see later how my reaction to this jam is. They they are packing 8 water purification tablets into the package. I did not use them as I have tap water here. Uh, this was the first meat product I got in the package, which is called Rindfleisch Schinkenwurst. Yes, it's a very beautiful word. Um, I hoped that it will be some kind of spread, but we will see later. And it was paired up with a second canned meat product, which is called Bierwurst. They are both 48 grams in weight. The package contained 3 little sugar stashes. I noticed that there are only 2 coffees, 2 whiteners, but 3 sugar packages. And later I figured it out that the third sugar was meant for the tea. And we are nearing to the end of the um, package content, because here is the first main entree, which is ravioli in mushroom sauce. Ravioli mit Champignonsauce. It is 300 grams in this foil-like can. And the second main entree was an Indian one, which is called Indische Reispfanne mit Geflügelhacksteaks. So, which is called Indian rice pot with poultry meatloaf. The package contained wet towelette, moist towelette, some regular towelettes, and there was a little information paper where you can see the whole content of the package and some instructions how to make the different products. It was in English, French and German. So this is the whole content of the box, and showing off the box that it is empty. I'm going to separate the content for three main meals: breakfast, dinner and lunch, and this is the next part of the video. The division. Not the video game, but the division of the items. So, as you can see, I divided the package into three main courses. The first one is breakfast, in the middle is dinner, and the last one, no, in the middle is lunch, and the last one is the dinner. So for breakfast I will eat the bread with the two canned meat products and the margarine with the tea and one of coffee. For lunch I will go into India with this rice pot, and for the dessert I will eat the hard cakes, the biscuits, with the jams and one margarine. I will have the two exotic type beverages and the same coffee as I had for breakfast. So the dinner will be this ravioli with mushroom sauce and the semolina pudding with these fruits, the chocolate and the two grapefruit flavored beverages. And I will be back with the breakfast. Once again, here are the items for my breakfast: bread, two canned meat products, the margarine, the two pouches of tea, the coffee, sugar and coffee whitener. First, I will prepare eggs, and I will begin with the tea. I prepared for myself my water bottle, which is a plastic bottle, nothing interesting about it. The first one I could open easily, and it contained a very fragrant powder, as it had very good tea aroma on its own. Mm, so it was like grounded cinnamon, a very brown and very fine grounded powder. And as you can see, I had issues with the second pouch, so I used my trusty scissors I do not know what I would do without it. So in goes the content of the second pouch. At this stage the aroma was very good. So it smelled like tea. It was very appealing. I liked it very much. The instructions for the tea was to use 450 milliliters of water for one pouch. So I prepared 900 milliliters, almost uh, a liter water for these two pouches. And as I said in the unboxing part, I used the one sugar for this tea, and it desperately needed this one pouch of sugar. But more to this later. I pour in the water. Very interesting. So I'm using the classic one stream technique, which I learned many years ago. And yes, I was successful. My masters would be proud of me. As you can see, the tea became very like water in a puddle. So this brownish water was not very appealing, I must say. And despite my shaking technique, the bottom of the bottle uh, contained the most tea extract, so it did not dissolve, and it became very foamy. What a pleasant thing to watch. I hope that I will have better results with the coffee. And the coffee has a trick on its own. I was surprised that I should use 300 milliliters of water for one pouch, but it came out that this little pouch contained coffee for two servings, and this 300 milliliters of water are for two servings. Scissor time. I think these pouches do not like me. Before pouring into the mug, I take the aroma test, and it's a very good coffee. It's very aromatic, very strong, and it has a powder-like consistency, not like the coffee in the American MREs, just like grounded cinnamon, as with the tea. So I used one pouch of sugar, Zucker, as the German says. It is 12.5 grams of sugar, and I hoped that it will be enough for these two servings, as I'm not the coffee drinker guy, but If it's in the package, I must taste it. The coffee whitener, 3 grams. And here is it how it looks before pouring in the hot water. So the hot water. I'm using the same one stream technique as with the tea. Yep, I was successful. I'm very proud of myself. And here I'm introducing the new uh, my new spoon machine, which is eating set in the Hungarian army. It contains a knife, a fork, a spoon, and a can opener. So the German Einmannpackung doesn't contain any cutlery, and I had to use my own. Mixing together the coffee here. It has a very pleasant smell to it. The whole room filled up with this coffee aroma. And I'm picking out the knife as I will use only that. I gave another chance for the tea. I shake it very well to loosen the powder on the bottom of the bottle. I had no luck, and I still have this bottle, and after 2 weeks the bottom is not clear yet, but I'm using it daily for water consumption, and it doesn't dissolve. I do not know what they put in their tea, but it's very interesting. So let's get to the breakfast. First I open up the door, not the door, but the bread. It has a plastic lid as a first line of defense, and the second line of defense is this thin thin sealing on the top of the can. It has a very sour aroma, but it's very common for this kind of rye bread. And I know from Kiwi Dude that you should not eat this bread with spoon rather than with knife. This this can contained 170 grams of bread, and it was divided into 6 smaller pieces. The plastic lid has, in my opinion, a second purpose, because if you do not eat um, the bread, You can store it for, I think, 3 or 4 days, and they should have the same consistency. So here is the first meat product for my breakfast. This Rindfleischschinkenwurst, which is beef meat, and as you can see, it has a very hard consistency. Some processed meat here. It smelled like salt. It was very salty. And opening the second can, no differences here for the eye. The consistency is the same, and the smell was also the same, just a little softer than the first one. The package does not says, but I needed the margarine. 25 grams of margarine. I opened it with my scissors to control the content better. The smaller the hole, the better the control. It is a white substance, very salty in odor, very easily to spread on the rye bread. So at this stage I tried the margarine first. It was on my knife. It was very salty, and it was a little sour as it contains vinegar. And the first bite of the beef product was underwhelming, if I can say it so. And the beerwurst was very similar in taste. So I'm joking here that if no package information would be available, I would say that these two tin cans are the same, have the same product inside. So they are very, very similar in taste, smell, and look. I'm trying here the bread on its own, showing for the camera a very little piece. I could have shown a larger piece of bread, but it was rye bread. I do not like it very much, and on its own hmm, it was sour, a sour bread. But it was better with the margarine. I cannot explain it because both are sour in taste, but they were coming very well together. So it was good. And here the first taste with the bread and the margarine of the beef product. And I noticed some little green dots in the product itself. Checking the packaging, I found out that this meat product contained pistachios. I don't know why, because I think only 2 or 3 pieces of pistachios were in the whole can. They didn't added nothing to the taste, to the product itself, but it was very good with the rye bread and the margarine. Here goes the bierwurst. And I like this better. It was smoother in taste, mm, very not much difference, but actually I could differentiate the two from each other by taste, and the second one was, for me at least, much better. It was very good, very good. And let's go forward to the foamy tea. A last chance to the bottom, but it dissolved not. So I tasted it this way. I do not know what happened with the bottom of the bottle. The aroma, mm, it was much more likable when I did not add the water. So a last chance for shaking up the bottle. That did not help. And here we go. It had a very little tea aroma, and I suspect that this 900 milliliters of water were too much. It was in the package information to use either hot or cold water, but I gone with the cold water and it wasn't very good. Maybe with hot water it would be much different. I have another one-man package, so I will try with hot water the next time. But with cold water mm, it was bad. And here we go to taste the coffee. In the Hungarian version you can hear me sip. It was piping hot, so I had to sip. But it's a very good coffee. Very good coffee. It tasted like a like a real treat for the soul. The sugar was enough, the creamer did the job, and yeah, that was breakfast. And I will eat everything on the table and come back to you in the second part of the video with the lunch and the dinner. Thanks for watching, and